That time of the week.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Wine Vault Radio with Jason Bryant from winevaulttv.com.
Jason Bryant is back once again.
Morning, Wammo.
I'm always surprised that you come back for more.
That's my job. It's my job.
It's your job. We pay you
We're
well.
going all green today.
Green?
Yeah, green.
What? The
kind of
bottle's green? The bottle that you bought in?
The wine's probably green inside.
What is it?
Sauvignon Blanc from Peter Yealands, who's doing a lot of greenwashing right now. There.
Greenwashing.
On the radio.
Do tell.
Well, they've got a kind of PET plastic bottle that they're claiming it. And they do claim, and rightly so for one reason, that it's much better kind of because it's lighter and therefore environmentally more friendly when shipping.
A plastic bottle?
Yep, 750ml plastic bottle. It's got a use-by date on.
Yeah.
So it's got 18 months once in the bottle because of what happens to the acidic nature of the wine with the plastic. And you get some kind of leaching from the plastic bottle, and so therefore you've got 18 months in which to drink it.
Are they the first in the country to experiment this way? Or that we know of?
I'm not sure whether they're the first to experiment, but they're the first to kind of launch it commercially.
Because there was wine in a can at one point as well, wasn't there?
Jeez, we just do everything to wine. Right?
Yeah.
Trying to sex it up.
It's already perfect in the glass,
exactly.
right?
And also, I've got to say that plastic bottle, you can only recycle it for a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got that whole kind of Pacific Ocean plastic rubbish kind of problem there that's washing up in Hawaii right now.
Yeah.
That's
or even over on Great Barrier.
Oh, is it?
Well, Auckland, it seems that all the streets just get washed clean after a good rain, and it all heads to Great Barrier on the currents.
Oh, right,
Ends
okay.
up on their beaches.
So, yeah, glass can be recycled endlessly. The aluminium screw cap is kind of very bad for the environment because making aluminium is just kind of just atrocious. The amount of energy that goes into making aluminium is far worse than kind of actually making glass and recycling glass. So, in a way, it's more environmentally friendly because of the weight issue.
Yeah.
When you're shipping to the UK, but you're actually just shipping on a big bloody container anyway.
You're saying that, and people are saying that, but do we actually know who's actually done the calculations here? Where's the hard data to say that it's actually more environmentally friendly because it's lighter, and that outweighs the fact that it's plastic?
I'm not sure who's done any data, but they're
just saying it, aren't they?
There's a lot of greenwashing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they want to be seen as kind of trendy and new age, and
but
you
what
can
about
take it to the beach, you can take it on the boat, barbecue, blah blah blah.
But on the consumer side, surely people are going, "Oh, I don't want to buy wine in a plastic bottle."
I don't know. I don't want to buy it in a plastic bottle, although I did.
Yeah.
Just to see what it was like, and I've got to say they put some pretty good wine inside the bottle, but then you'd have to.
But you bought the glass version in today anyway.
Yeah, which is pretty much, I presume it's the same, but it's all sustainable, carbon zero, blah blah blah.
Ever since the lovely,
the sound of romance.
Ever since they came up with the plastic bottle, there's always been this worry also about what the plastic does to the liquid inside.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's releasing carcinogens as well.
Yeah.
They also say that if you have your bottle for any length of time in sunlight, that it breaks down some of the chemicals inside the plastic.
Yes, I forget what chemical structure it is, but it's is it TBA or something like that? That it's on the actual plastic bottles, and babies' milk bottles also contain the same chemicals, and you do get some leaching and breakdown of that plastic.
That's what they
that
say.
goes in. Yeah, that's why they've put a use-by date on it. Which, I mean, we're supposed to be promoting a premium product in New Zealand right now, and this really kind of, for me, is a retrograde step.
Yeah,
They've devalued the product in the kind of hope of, I guess, making it more environmentally friendly and hip and trendy.
and that's something I also saw you highlight the other day in one of your blog posts regarding our image and how we project ourselves overseas in the wine industry in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And often we're now showing images of big industrial tanks and big harvesters, as opposed to the more romantic vision of wine picking and grape growing and stamping on wine. And
Yeah, we need to be right now in this. It's damn tough out there for New Zealand winemakers and wineries. we need to be portraying, and not kind of deceiving, but portraying kind of oak barrels and hand harvesting, rather than the kind of expression from these wineries that, look at, we've got oodles of cash, we're doing really well, we can afford a grape harvester, and we can afford stainless steel fermenting tanks.
But then again, I suppose that's the truth. And
That is the truth, but I think that there still needs to be the story told around wine, otherwise you just have a product like Coca-Cola. And it becomes very industrial in nature and unromantic, just like the screw cap. And you lose all of that romance and mystery around it, but then people just treat it as a commodity rather than a luxury item, and your sales go down, and everybody can produce Coca-Cola, you know?
Yeah. I suppose it's up to the boutique wineries to project that image.
Yeah, and we need to champion that, but even they were kind of getting in on those mechanical harvesters, and I thought, geez, guys, marketing 101, paint a nice picture. Yeah. So anyway, Yealands.
Yeah, well, you've opened it up and you've poured a few glasses. The Eastern are also in the studio, and they've got a glass
They
in there
can,
as well.
yeah, they can. Can you smell it? I could actually.
It's
as soon as
really pungent.
Yeah.
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 What is that? It's kind of grassy, kind of...
It's grassy. It's got a grassy asparagus kind of on that green end of the spectrum, which is kind of what you tend to get from kind of the Tree Valley, rather than the Wairau Plains, where you get this more tropical, lush, passion fruit kind of character. You get kind of more grassy, herbaceous wine from the Tree. I've got some.
It is a Sav. I can already smell it.
Oh, it's definitely Sav. There's no mistaking that Sav.
And it's I can smell it's going to be quite sour straight away. It's going to be quite grapefruity even before I take a sip. Wow. Not as because we had a Sav last week.
We had the Oyster Bay,
and that gave me sour face.
Yeah, you didn't have sour face
Not this
as
time.
much this time, but it is quite grippy. Got a lot of kind of sweetness there, that grapefruit kind of pith sweetness and texture. My mum used to make kind of like grapefruit, chop it in half, put brown sugar on the top, and that's what I get out of this wine.
A little dry.
Yeah, there's a dryness at the end, but kind of it's still got some residual sugar there that gives it that kind of overall sweetness and fleshes it out a bit. I've got to say, it's not bad.
No, I like
pretty
it.
food friendly.
Yeah.
Geez, for $13.
Wow, really? So where it sits?
Yeah.
Available
Carbon neutral.
supermarkets.
Supermarkets,
everywhere?
yeah, everywhere. I mean, you probably won't find a supermarket without this wine. You know, 87, 88 points. I think it's pretty good.
Good value for money.
Yeah, and it's got the green credentials.
Any thoughts from the Eastern?
It's Sauvignon.
I don't really know much about wine, Wammo.
But-
I mostly drink wine in coffee cups, and people
Yeah.
look at me funny. And I haven't had much sleep. I've been up quite a lot since last night. And so it's
Fair
probably
enough.
best that we don't have too much more wine.
That's rock and roll.
That is rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, rock and roll would be would be Hair of the Dog. But good on yous. All right, so
Or is that the country lifestyle now?
It's the country life, so we're not a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry, my mistake.
No, it's all right.
I do apologise sincerely.
No.
Honestly.
that is another episode of Wine Vault Radio. To summarise, that was the Peter Yealands
2009 Sauvignon Blanc.
lovely jubbly. Catch you next time.
Look at that, serenading.
Yeah, isn't that lovely? The Wine Vault on Twitter
Exactly.
and winevaulttv.com. Here's a track from Minwee.